Now tuning in to Earbud Media. Audio for everyone.
Everything was great, and now, fuck everything. So, hi.
Anyway, hello. How are you doing? My dudes.
My dudes. My pals. My friends.
Wow.
How's it going?
Really intimate.
Hey, if you want to get intimate, I'll fucking talk really quietly this whole time.
Can this just be an ASMR podcast?
Excuse me, that's called a ASMR podcast, so.
Oh my god.
Could you hear that?
Sorry, I forget you're a busy woman with this. Of course I heard it. I have earbuds in.
Oh,
what do
okay.
you mean?
No need to, mention your fucking media company. Jesus.
Oh my god. Bye.
So how you doing?
Great. How are you?
How's Pride going?
Well, Pride doesn't start till, next week, but it's going.
It's fucking June, Cody. What are you talking about?
Okay, the whole month is gay. I get it. Yes, hello. But, the events don't start till, next weekend, which I'm ready for.
I mean...
And I'm ready to work, 9 hours of it and watch people get drunk and wear rainbows. I'm real excited.
Speaking of Pride and gay stuff, I would like to discuss the first thing on our announcements then by discussing the link that I sent to you of an amazing thing that I put on our Tumblr, and I think that it's personally kind of beautiful. So please discuss what I sent you, Cody, because you're welcome.
Fuck, I love it!
Isn't it cute? Tell all of our friends, please.
Oh my god. See, this is why you gotta stop bringing transmedia into this podcast because I have to describe everything. It's basically Charlie Swan walking up to your boy, Daddy Malfoy, and him being like, hey man, what's up? And he's like, yeah, I've got this case. I don't know, man. Seems like a spooky dude. And they come on into their home, and they probably fuck each other.
It's so perfect.
Yep.
I love it so much. The best ship to ever have shipped, y'all.
Yes.
I love it so much.
What I'm saying.
Also, speaking of the best things,
Yeah.
a few things. One, all of our merch came in.
Bwah.
The buttons came in, y'all.
Bwah.
They're perfect. I love them so much.
Bwah.
So it's kind of amazing and kind of perfect.
Yeah, they're really cute.
Number 2, this motherfucker
Hi, hello.
sent me a belated birthday gift. And it was covered in tape, which, God bless. It was really perfect, really DIY, actually.
Okay. Can I, before we get into what it was, can I explain myself a little bit?
Yes, please.
Your boy's broke. We know this. We're all just cogs in the reach-out machine. It's fine. So I got our lovely pal, Allie, a gift. And I wanted to wrap it and send it to her because that was my option because we don't live in the same state. And that same time, I had just gotten, I shit you not, a menstrual cup from Amazon in the mail. And so that envelope that I sent you was that original thing. I shoved it in, put, we have this ridiculous, cupcake duct tape, and I just fucking, covered it around because I just ripped it open because I'm an animal. And then covered it in, I don't know, maybe 12 forever stamps because I just didn't know how many I needed and I didn't want to go to the post office. So I just took everything I had, threw it in the mailbox, and called it a day.
I wish that you would have told me this story because, first of all, knowing that it was a package from a menstrual cup makes this gift literally so much better. And 2, when I got it and I saw the cupcake duct tape, I was like, fuck everything, fuck this is the best thing I've ever received. And also, I need to underscore to you all, it's hard to see the cupcake duct tape because there are literally the most amount of stamps I've ever seen in my whole life. And they're not the big
No,
stamps that
they're
you
very
send
small.
with, like, the square, square cards that need, like, extra stamps. They're, like, your standard envelope stamps. There are so many. It is the best thing I've ever seen. So anyway, I get this, and I had the worst day. So I come home, and I'm like, fuck this, fuck everybody. I get this gift, I'm like, I wonder if I should just save it until I'm in a better mood. And I'm like, oh, no. So anyway, I open it up, and I have no idea what to expect, because at this point, it's like I'm carrying my birthday on to another, like, month.
man.
So it's great.
Fuck out
It's
of
the
here.
best thing. Like, Gemini season is now my season, so fuck everybody. So the first thing that I see is fucking, like, the cutest stickers in the whole world, and they're puffy and they're squishy and they're the best thing ever. And then I see this material, and then immediately, as if I'm in a TV show, I, like, flash back to this conversation when Cody was like, hey, just like, hey, just like for no reason, hey, what's your t-shirt size? But like for no, like just like for a friend, but also like for science, okay? But like just, I'm telling you, it's like for no
think
reason,
you're paraphrasing
okay?
a little bit.
So I open it up, and I'm like, oh, cool, like it's gonna say like Chicago on it or something, and I pull it out, and it's literally our merch, and it says fuck Mike Newton on it, and I swear the golden of goldenest tears dropped down my eye, and it was the best moment of my entire life.
I can't believe you thought I was gonna
So-
get you like a Chicago shirt.
I don't know, I've never been to Illinois.
Well,
it
damn,
would have been
next
cool.
time. Well, that's...
No, fuck that. I don't want that. Are you kidding? That's trash. Anyway, so apparently Cody and Maddie conspired against me. Kept me out of the loop on anything. How dare you to get this? And I loved it so much, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Also, speaking of amazing things, we need to talk about this Kristen Stewart and Taylor Lautner reunion.
Hello.
Hello.
It's very rare that we actually get relevant Twilight news in this day and age to talk about in our podcast.
And even better when Cody brings it up on our Twitter. First of all,
Hello.
I've never been more proud in my entire life. It was so pure.
You've created a monster.
Also, Kristen literally looks like Cody in this photo, and it's fucked up. So,
I fucking wish.
that face that Kristen is making is like your face.
That's just
all
like
the time.
tattooed on my face forever. That's just... I want a mask
Like,
of her
that
face
is,
over
like,
my
always
face.
your mood. And Taylor's like smirk that's like sort of uncomfortable, and also like I think I'm holding in a burp is like
But
me
also like
always,
still
like,
looking like a puppy, like so many years out of it. Like it's a whole lot of things.
it's the biggest mood. I love it so much. It was very pure.
Name a more iconic
And-
duo.
Honestly, I'll wait. Like, I'll fucking stay quiet the rest of this podcast. Also, our Google alerts blew the fuck up
They
when that
really
happened.
did.
So, I was like, we know. So, in other news, we have more patrons.
Thank
So,
you.
hi, we're famous. So,
We're hot shit, sorry.
And the good news about that is what, Cody?
That if you're a $5 a month patron, you can get early episodes.
So, that's dope as
It's
fuck.
not like super early, but like, I don't know, a little under a day early. So like Sunday night maybe. Because you know what? Monday's a stressful day for podcasts anyway. Don't you want to get a little sneak peek? You know, a little taste.
It's that self-care Sunday pod.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, before all your faves come out with new episodes on Monday.
Yeah.
I asked for questions on our Twitter, and we got some very interesting ones
Yes.
that we should probably touch
Yep.
on. Could you discuss this first one, please? Because not only was it very popular,
It blew the fuck up.
it did blow the fuck up, but also I'm very interested in how you feel about it, because I think we have vaguely mentioned it before.
No, we definitely mentioned it. Like, the person who's tweeted this is directly quoting us.
Okay, then I don't remember.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
I feel like it's all a fever dream. But
so
please
the tweeting
explain.
question is, please discuss the possibility of Edward using Belle's Diva Cup as a shot glass because it keeps me awake at night.
Even just reading that out loud makes me embarrassed.
Because in one of the episodes, I don't remember which one it was, fucking sue me, we talked about a lot about drinking blood. Like, a lot.
Was that the blood-freezed one?
I think it was the blood water cooler one. Or, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Wait, no, it wasn't. Because you brought up, what if Bella was on her period?
Oh, yeah.
And we were like, well, shit. And I was like, homie, if she used a Diva Cup, Edward can just pound that shit like it's a goddamn tequila shot.
Thinking about this makes me
Listen, man, she's got that good blood. It's not going to taste, like, gross. It's fine. It's going to be fine.
I know, but just, like, thinking about it, especially because, like, now Jacob's a wolf, and he has heightened senses, too.
Oh.
Like, they're all after Bella's blood.
Yep. Yeah, she should
Like,
just stay away from these boys.
And I don't know that they necessarily want, like, her arm blood. You know what I mean?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Well, Edward definitely wants her arm blood, because he is, like, a capital V virgin. But, like, Jacob,
Ugh.
I don't know.
Jacob's been more of a rowdy boy, but he's also a baby, so, like, I'm confused.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Once we get to talking about it today, it's literally mentioned that he's 16 and a half. So, hormones, but also man baby.
Yep.
So, the idea of people pounding shots of Bella's Diva Cup makes me want to vomit, but also is a real possibility.
Absolutely.
Now, okay, here's the thing. Now, there's a gross mental image in my head of the Volturi having a nightclub a la Tom Haverford of this.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I love it.
now, since it's in my head, it needs to be in your head.
See,
because
I'll bring this into a
sharing's
good
caring.
thing, because you're trying to make this all gross and stuff, and, like, I get it. However, imagine
Okay,
this.
how are you going to make this into a good thing, Cody? Please tell me.
Imagine a vampire gay bar with all these
Love
fucking
it.
femme
Go on.
vampires drinking
Love it. Go
menstrual
on. The idea of blood in general still is like, I am very much near faint right now. However, the idea of that makes me far less grossed out than
Listen,
it did
you're the one
before.
who picked this question. We didn't have to talk about it.
I don't know that
You
I
did
picked
this.
this question. I think the question picked us. And with that, thank you. I'm going to keep scrolling. Next question. Does our gal Steph know that virginity is a social construct? And anyways, Bells is dreaming about getting that sparkly D.
Obviously.
First of all. Okay, question. Steph thinking that virginity is social construct. No. No, obviously God.
People still don't think that. Like, today, you think Steph knew in 2005? Absolutely not.
Yeah, there's no way. Yeah. In this Christian novel,
Oh my God.
there's no way.
my God.
Yeah. Anyway, the idea of sparkly D is amazing to
yeah.
me, personally.
Fuck, what if they fuck in the daytime? Like,
What a great image. That's just
oh my
like,
God.
that's taking it from a Becca highlighter in a powder form to like a Becca liquid
Like
highlighter.
a liquid strobe. Just.
Like, literally just putting LED lights on your
He's
cheekbone.
like a human
Like,
disco ball. Or vampire disco ball. Whatever.
a soulless disco ball.
Fucking same.
Just like... just two disco balls just like running into each other. That's sex, folks. I'm sorry to tell
I'm
ya.
your sex ed teacher now. I tell you everything you need to know.
Oh my
Y'all can
God.
go home.
Okay, last one. And I don't actually know if you know what this is, but it'll be interesting to find out in about 2
God.
seconds. Okay, last question. Are y'all going to watch Vampires Suck? And then they said, because I need to know your reaction to it.
Okay, this proves that you have the worst memory of all time, because we've definitely talked about this, if not on an episode, in very much real life.
I don't
Because I've seen it, and you got very mad at me because I didn't tell you that, and I forgot about it until that moment.
Was it like the first episode?
I don't know anything, man. I just know that things
Because that
happen.
was like literally a year ago.
That's definitely
Oh
not
my
how
God.
time works, but great.
Please don't. I'll start crying.
Listen, time is just a soulless disco ball, you know?
Time and virginity, both social contracts. So sorry.
Social contracts?
No, I still. Words are social constructs. Cody, fuck
Can you
off.
tell this is a late night pod? Can you tell?
My feet hurt and my words hurt. Sorry.
My words hurt. Anyway, I've seen Vampires Suck. I didn't realize that I had until, like, basically starting this podcast because I just forgot about it. But yes, I've seen it.
I do think that at some point we'll need to, like, discuss it
it's
on
in
the
the
pod,
canon.
though.
We should, like, it's
It's in the canon. Fuck off.
in the parody
Who
canon.
are you? You're so gross. That's great. No, I love it. Using canon should be part of our bingo board.
What do you... I've
But
said
that's
it
great.
once, probably, in 30 episodes. Also, shit. Okay, I can make my Kanye joke. You guys have listened to 30 hours of this podcast, so go listen to 30 Hours by Kanye West. Anyway, continue.
Also, because it's Gemini season and his birthday was this week.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, also do it
Shout
for
out.
that, but just listen to Kanye all the time, because what else could you be doing, you know? That's more important.
other than listening to us.
I mean, obviously.
You want to talk about this fucking bike?
I'd rather not, but I feel that we're contractually obligated to, so we might as well.
I mean, I could just clap the Friends theme for the rest of the hour.
I would want nothing more. You know what? I'll take.
Imagine.
You know what? I'll take the reins of this chapter. And you can just give your commentary in a Morse code of Friends clapping.
I don't know where that came
I love it.
from. That was good. That was fucking hilarious.
Anyway, chapter 3. It's called Modus.
Please, Cody, I can't talk right now. Oh, wait, no, fuck
Talk
off.
with your hands.
I need to talk about this. I definitely need to talk about the first part of this chapter.
boy.
But please, you can
No,
introduce
you
it.
go ahead. You have opinions.
No.
Go. Allie.
I need to. I'm literally crying right now. So please, this is the version of me yawning.
Okay, so...
I don't know what I just said. Y'all, when I get tired, it's like when people get like tipsy. I don't know who I become.
We've
This
done
is
so
so
few of
funny.
these that I forget how buck wild they get. And every
Y'all,
time...
anything past like 10 o'clock for me, it's like a gremlin. Like, I don't know who I am.
Oh my god.
Okay, chapter 3, motives, please, Cody.
Okay, so Belle and Edward are flying to Jacksonville, doing their thing, being
Oh
gross.
my god, more planes.
What?
More planes.
Yeah, oh my
Cody.
god, so many plane scenes that we probably won't get in the movie, huh?
You don't know that.
But we get a lot of weird dialogue between the two of them and talking a lot about, like, Renee. And we get a lot of more background about Renee, or at least how, like, Bella sees Renee.
So here's the thing.
Yep.
We need to discuss Renee in this whole like first part
Right.
of chapter 3. Because there's this whole dialogue that is set up here is basically just Stephanie being like, hey, so we're just gonna basically put your mom here so you remember that like your relationship is like super intense,
Yep.
right? And it's gross.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how to properly phrase this, but like I don't like women being used as plot devices for men.
Thank you.
I mean that was actually basically what I wanted to say.
Yeah. And, like, because even, like, this whole scene in Jacksonville takes up, like, 2 pages of this chapter, which is, like, 30 pages, you know? So it's, like, it's really just, like, a blip. And, like, I was even confused because, like, Edward at one point is like, okay, we're home. And I'm like, wait, what? We were just what? What is happening? And
Right.
so you can clearly tell it's just, like, I just want to sneak this in just so we can see how gross you and Edward are together and how, like, unhealthy this is. But, like, in a... you know, defiant Bella perspective, it's like, you don't get me, Mom, whatever, eh.
And the frustrating thing is, so this whole trip, when she first received these tickets, was meant for her to be going away in order to relax. This trip did not sound relaxing at all.
Not a bit.
To me, personally. And the frustrating thing is, Bella's always on with Edward. Like, sexually, but also just, like, in general. And here we see that even when she's not, like, directly with Edward, and she's with Renee, she is on as well. And it's kind of been hinted at as well, since we know a little bit more about her interactions with her mom, and how she's had to be kind of like a surrogate parent as well. But it's mentioned here that she had to, like, when she was looking up at her mom, she was having to, like, control her expressions, and that when she was being asked about how the trip went, she was able to feel relieved about it and not sad. And I think that that had more to do with the fact that it was just, like, emotionally taxing on her to be there. And this whole situation with her being with Renee, I guess on the one hand, it was also used as, like, a voice of reason, right? It's a new perspective on the relationship. Even though we got a little bit in Twilight at the end of the book, and then theoretically we were supposed to get some within the New Moon timeline of her going to Forks to take care of Bella, but, like, we don't see that. But everything that Renee says here sounds the most possessive to me, and I hate it. It's super gross.
But it's also, like, she's not wrong, you know? Like,
no.
The way that, like, she is so very much, like, on with him. Like, even, like you said, when he's not, like, visibly there, like, she just acts different, and, like, Renee can visibly see that. And she's, just like Charlie, has seen what happens when she, like, kind of loses herself with a dude.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the way that Bella describes Renee's perspective, I think, justifies how Renee communicated what she was saying, too. And I think that what Renee was saying as far as Bella's relationship with Edward is right. And I think that that's the point, obviously, of having it in here. I just feel like with what we know of Bella and what we know of her having to take care of her mom so much, to me, when I first read this, and the amount of times that I've read through this, I always read it as a situation of, like, oh, her mom is just, like, looking out for her. But this time, since I've been focusing so much on, okay, where does Bella have trauma? And where has her family not taken care of her? For me, the situation just felt like, okay, her mom is just seeing the surface of the situation kind of thing. I do think that it was an important, like, scene to have. I just felt like, as with everything with Stephanie, it should have been done better.
Yeah, man. On a slightly unrelated note, why the fuck was Edward there in the first place? Because he's a goddamn vampire, and he's just gonna stay inside the whole time because he can't.
He did stay inside.
I didn't even think about it, but, like, as soon as we got there, like, and they addressed, like, oh, he made up an excuse for a paper because he literally has to stay inside, otherwise he'll fucking glitter in front of her family. Like, he's there. We could have taken. No, what?
Yeah, it didn't make.
Let's go to the sunniest place in the continental U.S. Come along, vampire glittery boyfriend.
Right. Yeah, I don't. Other than the fact that he would justify it as, like, oh, I'm gonna be worried this whole time. Like, it's so gross.
You're gonna explode the plane by yourself if you don't have someone with you.
Right. There's so many planes in these two chapters.
There's a lot of planes.
When they get back,
2 seconds later,
Edward says something like 2 seconds later.
You blink and they're there.
So, as I've mentioned so many times before, I have a combination of, like, listening to the audiobook and having the Kindle version, so I can pull trash quotes to put into our show notes.
Sure.
When I was listening to the fantastic Ileana Kadushin read this audiobook, when she says the wake up Sleeping Beauty thing, I wanted to shed my skin and die. So that was great. She couldn't even save that phrase.
Damn.
It was the worst thing.
It's not
and
good.
I forgot it was there. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of gross lines in these couple chapters, huh? A lot of bad one-liners.
It was pretty bad. When they get back, Charlie, he was just like, hey, welcome back. So you've only missed about 5 million phone calls.
Yeah, it's chill.
Right.
Guess who they're from? Wolf boy, wolf boy, wolf boy.
Yeah, they're from Jacob. And, okay, I'm just always so disappointed in Jacob.
Retweet.
I always want so much more from him. I believe in him so much, and he constantly disappoints me.
Never fails to disappoint.
I want to shake his little... What is she... She says he's like, what, 9 feet, 6 inches or something? Like, like, he's an oak tree or something. Like, I just want to shake his, like, oak frame and be like, listen, stop. I know that you're 16, but this is going to be really embarrassing for you. So don't.
Just chill.
Yeah. Anyway, he is the most vague in this scene.
Are we surprised at all? Because no one can be direct with Bella ever. Ever.
No, but okay, what did you feel about the scene? Because I was confused, but also annoyed.
I mean, same, because, like, Charlie's like, the phone rings again, Charlie's like, that is him. If you do not get this phone, I will literally jump out this window, because I can't hear the phone again, or I'll just die. And so she's like, you got it. And she answers the phone, and Jacob's like, hey, you're back. She's like, yeah, hi, hello, Jacob. What do you want? And he's like, yeah, are you going to school tomorrow? And she's like, yes, Jacob, I'm going to school. Why did you call literally 6,000 times today? He's like, that's it. That's all I wanted. Okay, bye. And she's like, the fuck?
That is literally it. That's it.
The whole thing.
No paraphrasing.
Nope. Yeah, I read it from the text. That was it.
Yep.
Stephanie herself wrote those very words.
The worst. I don't get it. It's very confusing. Anyway, Bella's like having a crisis. And then in the middle of her having a crisis, of course, Edward's like trying to take care of her. Charlie walking in on this is low-key my favorite thing.
Oh my god.
And he's like, hey, stop.
Literally, cut it out.
There's only one Smoncolin ship in this town, so fuck off, you
Hands
two.
off.
Like, and then he just like leaves to go watch baseball again. Like, what a mood.
I also love how he's like, hey man, if y'all are not gonna fucking make food, I'll order a pizza. Just tell me. I'm a hungry boy. just let me know.
Will someone communicate clearly in this house, please God?
I just want someone to be direct.
Oh my god. I love Charlie.
Me the fuck too.
Oh, okay, well.
Sorry, was I too passionate?
No, I think you weren't passionate enough, actually. Maybe one day we'll be able to communicate our adoration for Charlie Swan properly.
I don't think I could physically do that. Like, it's all, like, even my heart is bursting, but I can't.
My last breath will be, Charlie.
Charlie deserved better. Ugh.
Yep, exactly. So they get to school. Finally, something focusing on education in this fucking novel.
Forgot, these people go to school.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot, to be honest. Okay, we get this amazing piece of dialogue where Edward looks at Bella. He's like, hey, would you, like, do something for me? And she's like, yes, anything. And he's like, stay in the car. And she's like, the fuck? No. And that was it, actually. That was it.
Great. That's the end of Into the Twilight. Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah, so it's been a great ride. I just love that she asks, like, why?
Yeah, he's like, what?
Yeah, that was my favorite thing about all this. But of course, she sees Jake there and is like, no, fuck this.
In my home. In my place of learning.
Yeah. Yeah. So, during all of this, as we know with Stephanie Meyer, she takes like 3 pages to describe everything.
Literally.
So, Bella is ogling Jacob during all this and describing how all of her classmates are paying attention to Jacob because he's now like Jacob 2.0. And it's just important to remember that, and it's blatantly described in this scene as well, that he is a 16-and-a-half-year-old boy. Yep. So Gross.
So, but like, he's a big boy, and he's, you know, leaning on a motorcycle. All these kids are just afraid of this fucking boy.
This boy. Okay. So I'm actually really curious to know how you feel about the scene that happened here between Edward and Jacob. Great. Good.
That's it. There it is. It's just, we get more every time it's a conversation between Edward, Jacob, and Bella. It's really just a conversation between Edward and Jacob, and Bella's just kind of there, like, in between them, and not really getting to say anything.
Glad.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's just like, how about, like, why are we doing this right now? Why are we putting... And, like, the whole reason that Jacob is there and gets in a whole little kerfuffle with Edward is because Edward's been keeping secrets. Okay? Yep. And Jacob wants to not keep those secrets.
Right.
And, well, and they're also being, like, super vague and also, like, revealing these secrets in front of Bella, like, before she has to go to school and before she's really processed, like, her day, basically. And just like, yeah, you know what?
Yep.
Fuck you. Like, you're not gonna tell her. I'll tell her right now. Like, no. Guys, can we just stop?
Yeah, it's gross. I don't like it. I do think it's important for our friends who are listening to know that Cody is fed up with these conversations. It's only page 77.
Yep.
And these Edward, Jacob, Bella, aka Edward, Jacob conversations are literally the whole novel of Eclipse. So just keep that in mind. So this scene is supposed to be teenagers talking.
Right.
Remember that. This dialogue is straight up adults.
Yeah.
Like, it's not well-spoken adults, but this is not how teenagers speak. I know for a fact that it is not how teenagers spoke in 2005. Yep. And I know that Eclipse didn't even come out in 2005. So I know that it's not how teenagers speak.
To be fair, Edward gets a little bit of a pass because he's literally 1,000 years old. However...
He's supposed to be passing as a teenager, though.
We all know that he doesn't do a great job at that, you know?
No, he's the worst at it. He's like...
garbage. It's garbage city.
Yeah.
But, like, Jacob is literally peak teenager. Peak teenage boy.
Right. So, Bella ends up finding out during this conversation that, of course, she went to Jacksonville because of Alice's vision. Mm-hmm. And Alice's vision was Victoria coming into town. And the Cullens went after Victoria. And so did the Quileute pack. And so... they had a dance-off.
Could you imagine?
I mean,
oh my God.
I can't tell you what happened in the movie adaptation of this.
Oh my God. You can't just say things like that. You can't just be like, yeah, they totally went to a flash dance and it was beautiful. And it was a musical number and the whole, like, the rest of the movies from here on out are musicals. Later. Bye.
I'm just saying.
But no.
What if, though? Are you kidding? That would be the fucking best.
Great. But we can't pretend like that's reality.
Can you imagine, though? Like, Edward would go totally Phantom of the Opera. Are you kidding?
Are you kidding me?
Rosie would love, like, Chicago and shit. Yes. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Anyway, so this fucking conversation, you guys.
Worst.
So, there's a couple of things that are happening, like, at the same time. Jacob is... trying to be an asshole. Shocker. But he's also trying to be truthful because there are things that Bella doesn't know. And he's trying to tell Edward and also Bella, like, she needs to know these things, even if it hurts her, because, it's better to be honest. And Edward is being like, well, if it doesn't involve her, why make her nervous? And then... they're having this banter. Off to the side, Bella is oscillating, having a full-on panic attack because they've discussed something that has triggered her, and now no one's paying attention to her because they're trying to peacock. So, welcome to the rest of fucking Eclipse, is what I'm trying to say.
Like, so they're both wrong, right? Like, obviously.
Obviously.
Because, like, And Jacob's like, hey man, I want you to know the truth. Which, like, valid, of course. Being a sweet little boy, want everyone to know everything that's happening. Especially if it involves her. Because it definitely does. And if Edward's like, nah, just don't worry about it. It's like, no, this is literally the most involvement that she is in. Like, it involves her to a T.
It's a good intention.
Right. But you don't bombard her with all of that information. Especially when she's not prepared to receive it. And especially, like, hey, man, I'm going to reveal a lot of things. One, there are secrets, and Edward specifically is keeping them from you. That's a lot to handle right off the bat. And then second of all, here's the shit that was, hidden from you, and it's about you, and it's about fucking Victoria. Bye.
In the morning, at school, in front of peers, and he's remembering memories that are causing Edward pain, which he knows is going to bother her. So it's like so many things stacked on top of each other, which he knows are going to upset her. And then he's being purposefully manipulative on top of that with bringing up the bikes, trying to taunt her, then going all sad and being like he misses her. Like, it's super gross. Yeah, I hate everything about that. Also, we should probably mention the not-so-subtle racism that happens at the end of this. Because it's nasty.
Nasty is.
Not only from the teacher/principal.
I was assuming it was a security person, but I could have been totally wrong.
I mean, Forks is like 3 people, so it's probably all 3 of those.
Yeah, it's probably... You're not wrong. It's actually Charlie, but he's just also a teacher, and he's also, like, the nurse, and he's just everything.
Yeah, he put on, like, his hat's, like, backwards.
Yeah, he's got, like, another mustache on top of his mustache, but it's, like, a different mustache.
Yeah, exactly. The ends curl upwards instead of downwards this time.
Got a little handlebar.
Don't make a motorbikes reference. Who are you?
I didn't mean that. I meant the mustache. You know what I meant. Come on.
Ew, it's so deep in the paint.
Handlebar is a very popular mustache. Anyway.
Anyway, this is, like, racist, and I hate it.
Yep.
The whole, like, young man thing.
Just because he's, like, a large dude, and he's a person of color in this, majority white school... in Forks.
Like, the troublemaker, dangerous thing. Yeah, I thought that was fucking gross.
It is garbage.
Anyway, they get into class. Fucking Mr. Barney. He's reading the fucking Frost poem that's at the epigraph.
It never ends.
So gross. It never ends. It's all cyclical. Bella and Edward have a gross written note, but it's basically Bella being like, here's the thing. Fucking communicate with me. And he's like, no.
Their entire relationship to
literally. And then the chapter ends. 1, on a racist note.
Yep.
2, on a racist Mike Newton note. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you fucking... Okay, nobody gets to support Mike Newton.
No.
Fuck Mike Newton. If you don't... Stop supporting Mike Newton. Fuck him. No. Fuck Mike Newton.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate that she had the audacity, to end the chapter on Mike Newton. It frustrates me, and I hate it. Fuck this chapter.
It's a bad one.
Okay. Chapter 4. Nature. I just coughed and dabbed at the same time.
Wow.
Okay. You're welcome.
Thank you for this gift.
Okay, here's the thing. Bella, starting chapter 4, off with I was having a bad week, is a fucking mood.
The fucking understatement of the century. Like...
Yeah, especially because the next sentence is her saying, I knew that essentially nothing had changed.
Oh
so,
my God.
Same. Like, I get it, Bella. Same. It's a big mood. Okay.
Huge.
I want to know every single feeling that you have about how all of the Cullens reacted to Bella's news about Victoria. Tell me everything, please, God.
Well, we have to do, like, a character-by-character breakdown, because they all have, like, the most different moods and reactions.
I would love nothing more.
Who even starts? Carlisle? Yeah. Carlisle.
Of course Daddy Malfoy
Okay,
stops.
fucking whatever. Daddy Malfoy's like, it's gonna be chill, Bella. It's okay. everyone's here to protect you, we love you. And then Esme's also like, I love you so much, it's gonna be fine. And then, like, kisses her forehead, and I cry. I literally
It's
cry.
so perfect.
And then...
Can you imagine if Bella had had this as a mom?
Oh my God. How much...
We wouldn't have these fucking books, that's for sure.
Goddamn sure. And then Emmett just says, it's like, I'm really glad I didn't kill you. You're so fun.
I love him so much.
God. Underrated character. Like, so pure, so great. Just trying his
Emmett
best.
Is the best. Emmett is living a great life.
Literally.
Rosalie just glared.
Yeah,
so
shocking to no one.
Amazing.
Wow. Alice rolls her eyes and it says,
mood.
Like, how are you even worried about this? The fuck? Get out of here.
Also mood.
And then Jasper's kind of like, hey man, let me make you feel better with my weird magic. Here you go. Here's this gift.
You?
I would be lying if I hadn't said that before.
I mean, you called yourself howdy y'all, so
Listen,
like...
Hello.
Also, can we talk about how fucking wild it was that I posted that like 3 months ago and we know the person that made that?
I'm confused as to what exactly we're talking about.
That meme. The Twilight meme.
Listen, our entire Twitter is Twilight memes. You gotta be more specific than that.
That's true. The like tag yourself like howdy y'all.
Oh fuck yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that was good.
The person who made that was already following and listening to our podcast.
Oh shit! Like they actually made that. That's funny. I figured they just like posted it. That's so cute.
Yeah, it's fucking wild. Yeah.
Anyway,
okay. So the Colons, they're great. I love them a lot. Getting anything other than them is a travesty, I guess. Okay, so here's the thing. Edward leaves to go hunt. He doesn't just like leave again. Can you imagine?
It's a lot less dramatic this time.
New Moon, part 2. I can't believe that I said that I was gonna like clap to friends and I totally just like lied. That was so funny like 20 minutes ago and now I like forgot it happened. Okay.
Your brain is wild, man.
It's a lot of things. I'm mostly just focused on playing. So Edward leaves, and all Bella can think about is her abandonment issues, which, like, honestly, same. But I'm glad that she's being honest about it now. Here's the thing: he goes to go hunt, and then we get so much more trashy, disgusting language.
Yep.
Which is gross. Yep. Sometimes I imagine that Stephanie Meyer had an editor.
Literally.
And it's a nice image, but then it doesn't last very long. So we get some gross sentences such as, quote, Alice was certainly just as capable of crippling my truck as Edward was.
Oh.
And then, quote, then, when I'd washed the dishes, I arranged the magnets on the fridge into a perfect line. Maybe I was developing obsessive-compulsive disorder.
Yep. Bad. Not good.
And also, okay, so there's another one, too, where, quote, for some reason, impending mania, perhaps, this really irritated me. So, like, Stephanie.
Girl.
Shut up. Stop. These are all within, like, half a page of each other.
It's literally like a paragraph. It's ridiculous.
Like, stop.
It was so annoying, though, because I was genuinely, like, there's a line right before one of the gross ones that's like, I ate my breakfast slowly, one Cheerio at a time. And just picturing that made me, like, full of so much joy. I don't know why, but I just really liked Bella just having a Cheerio one by one, picking one up, putting it in her mouth.
I think we've mentioned Cheerios on the pod, too. Like, we are very pro-Cheerio here.
I'm here for Cheerios, and I'm here for eating them in very comical ways. However, alluding that to your, like, assumed mental illness is fucking wild, and also perpetuating a lot of shit that's not great about things you don't know about.
Stop.
My man.
I support eating cereal in a lot of interesting and creative ways, not like in Get Out. Fuck off, first of all. Because that's terrifying, and that creeps me out, so I'll kink shame you in just that one way. Everything else, cool. But doing it in, like, an ableist way? Fuck off.
Doing it in a way that insinuates that you have something like that is, like, not the move, I would say.
How about just insinuate that you like Cheerios?
We can all like Cheerios together, man.
Yeah, I mean, Cheerios is like a fucking... They make dope commercials.
We need to stop talking about Cheerios until they give us money.
Yeah,
so
I was literally about to say that.
Great,
so
wow.
That's great.
I love being business married and being in sync.
We just, like, get it, you
You
know?
know what I mean?
Like, you know? Stop.
Skype delays can't stop this synchronicity.
Okay, there's more Seattle hints, so, like, if you don't get it by now...
Honestly, how did you make it this far? If you were not acutely aware.
Okay, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I need to talk about one of the Newtons.
You do have to talk about one of the Newtons.
Because Karen Newton is fucking goals. She's Wilderness Barbie, and she's everything I've wanted to be, and I don't understand how she raised the Antichrist.
Barbie. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm trying to remember, remember Beverly Hills Troop? Camp Beverly Hills?
How's this working out for
Troop
you?
Beverly Hills. There it is.
There you go.
Do you remember that amazing movie?
Sure.
Allie. Okay.
All I do is focus on playing.
It was a great movie from the 90s, and basically this amazing, like, glamazon goals woman in Beverly Hills decides to become a Girl Scout troop leader to all these fuck shit kids and has no idea what she's doing, and it's the fucking best. Like, she just teaches them about
sounds like
fashion,
Karen Newton.
and she just wears pink all the time, and it's great.
No.
Literally. We are watching this together. I'm making it happen. Anyway.
I love that. Okay, here's the thing. I love Karen Newton. She sounds great. How did she raise the Antichrist? I don't understand. That's all I have to say. Am I wrong?
I mean, statistically, yes.
Hey, you sent me a t-shirt that said "fuck by Newton" on it. So, like, am I wrong? No, I'm not.
I didn't send you a t-shirt that says that Mike Newton is the Antichrist. There's always next year, though.
I have a Sharpie.
Oh my god.
We have two different names. Anyway,
Oh my gosh.
Here's the thing. There's some flyers that are mentioned in this. I think I made those
Oh
flyers.
yeah, absolutely.
Like, save the Olympic wolf. Like, I made those.
Save the wolves, please.
Like, I believe in that wholeheartedly. Okay, Bella went to work. Bella can't work. Karen was like, live your dreams. And Bella was like, shit. That was all I was depending on today. But also, fuck
My
my
only
Newton, so that's
distraction.
dope.
Gone.
So, she makes a rash decision to
Shocking.
go see Jacob. Because, why?
Baby.
Not, I guess.
Baby.
Her car almost passes out because her car has sports asthma, I'm pretty sure.
The car has car asthma.
No, the thing has asthma. She gets there. Jacob is very happy. It's low-key cute. And then things stop being
Like,
cute.
immediately.
Real
The
quick.
snap of a hat. Like, it's just... It was so good, and then it
Yeah.
was not... It was very, very ungood.
Yeah, I unyad
The
real
hardest
quick.
I've ever unyabbed.
I started saying yeah, and then I was like, no.
I take that back. Nope.
It's bad, y'all. Everything about this scene is like the worst, though. I want so much more from Jake because the problem is when I was mentioning earlier about Bella having to always be on, Bella can turn off with Jake
Yeah.
when he is not pursuing romance with her.
Yup.
And at this point, that's sort of not happening anymore.
Right.
Like, he's still sort of, like, always pursuing romance. So, like, when they were first hanging out, it was so healing for her because she could turn off. Mm-hmm. However, that's not really a thing anymore.
Yeah, I feel like those lines are getting blurrier and blurrier because, like, his whole thing was that, like, Bella just wanted to be friends, and he was kind of like, I don't know, sis. And, like, the second, and now that we're in this sort of scene, he's always like, well, I guess, friendship just isn't, like, friendship just isn't enough, or, like, I just want to be friends and all this stuff. And it's like, bitch, when was that? If you were like this, like, I don't know, before fucking Edward showed his ass back here, like, maybe we wouldn't be in this predicament, my dude. Stop being a shithead. Always.
Well, and that's the thing. So this whole scene is, like, backstory central, right? So Jake
All aboard the train to
gets...
Backstory City.
and they do it on, like, their tree.
Stop.
It's gross.
Wow.
Jake gets backstory on when Bella left. Bella gets backstory on apparently why Sam Yulee hates her guts and wants to throw hands. So it's all
Another
great.
plotline we did not need at all. And
We did not need that at all. Because Sam is great and mature. He's, like, supposed to be probably, like, 20 now. Which is, I mean, theoretically.
Ancient in this novel.
Not that much. Yeah, apparently he has, like, a few years left. But, I mean, in theory, if he's been trying to, like, not raise these kids, but, like, help them mature and grow, he's got to have some maturity. So the idea that he, like, wants to throw hands with a senior in high school is fucking wild to me. Jake is just throwing shade this entire conversation. Not only about Bella, but towards Edward as well, and towards Rosalie, and the whole situation is weird. We do get a little bit more backstory on the Victoria scene, about Rosalie being a badass and trying to protect Emmett, which I think was super cute. Daddy Malfoy doing that good work of trying to mediate between the two, which I thought was adorable.
Amazing.
Jasper being a precious baby and trying to use his powers to make everybody, like, chill out, please God. I thought was adorable. And then here's the thing. The chapter ends with a lot of Team Edward versus Team Jacob stuff.
Yep.
And that's when you get the signal that that's kind of where this novel and the rest of the series is going to go. Because, first of all, how dare they bring Mike Newton to this again, for the love of Christ.
Always.
But also...
It's like he was never in the picture, ever. I don't understand why we keep bringing him back here. Because we...
Stop shipping Bella with Mike
It's
Newton.
not even, like, I wouldn't
you.
even say that it's, like, Stephanie Meyer just, like, pulling a little string there. I would just say she didn't develop Bella having any male friends, ever. So literally the only resort that is a human person in Bella's life that's a dude is Mike Newton. That's how bad Steph is at fucking making characters and making Bella have friends.
Right. No, thank you.
Bella's gay, all this would be, all of our problems would be solved. That's all I'm saying.
That's why I'm excited to get to Life and Death, to be honest.
Wait, are they gay? What?
No, but we can have some conversations about it.
I mean, I was gonna have conversations regardless.
I know, but, like, because, like, it's Edith and Beau.
Right, it's like the quote-unquote gender swap, feminism, like...
So it's like, you get Edith and Bella, and then, like, Beau and Edward.
Whoa.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of good graphics about it.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, Jacob is, like, insisting during his conversation that he's human. Okay, we get it, Jacob. Shut up. And him not realizing that, like, Edward didn't choose to become a vampire. Weird. And then the chapter, of course, ends with Bella getting more of that good emotional labor. Am I right?
Ladies?
Because Jacob's pain is her pain, so...
She just takes on everyone else's problems.
Yeah. So, that's just, like, so good.
Really chill and great, and I love it a lot.
Yeah, the series is just, like, so good. Next week, we have chapters 5 and 6. Imprint and Switzerland, respectively. And here's the thing. I'm already gonna apologize.
Oh, boy.
Because this is when the series, and, like, this book specifically, starts to go way downhill.
Oh, no. We're not there yet?
No, these 2 chapters... I'm sorry.
Well, great. Can't wait.
So I'm sorry.
Do you have a fan fiction?
I do. Yeah, so one of the requests that we got this week was to have a fan fiction that was not Bella-centric. So...
Was that your drum roll? Or was that your friend's clap?
Kind of both. I was actually going for both. How did you know that? Okay, anyway. So, I found one that is both of the needs that we're looking for. It's called The Secret Beneath the Roses. And it was updated... Well, when I found this, it was updated 2 hours ago. But it was published on August 27th of last year. And it is apparently a Rosalie Alice fanfiction. I didn't... and it has 22 chapters.
Okay. Hold up. Like, they're not, like, related, but, like, they're family. That's what? Excuse me.
Okay.
Okay, continue. Go ahead. Whatever.
So, this is what the description is. Rosalie was always a secretive person, keeping everything from her emotions to her thoughts closely guarded from the Cullen vampire's gifts. But one day, Alice gets a vision about the blonde that changes everything she thought she knew about her. Femme slash. Which is like a shipping thing, right?
I always forget that you've never read fanfiction before this podcast.
It's like a fucking
You miss
trip,
so much. Like, you miss Vine, you miss fanfiction. What were you even doing on the internet? I don't understand.
I was taking care of the world.
See, now you have so much out of context things you put into the Vine.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much not out of context, to be honest. I do need to give credit to the author.
Yeah.
It was written by, this is depressing.
Mood.
And those are Z's, not S's.
Of course.
So, just so you know. Okay. Where the fuck? Oh. Every time this happens, it's so annoying. Why is fanfiction like this?
I'm sorry, man.
I feel like every time I look at it, it's like, here's a new chapter. I don't understand. Okay. Here we go. I'm reading Femme Slash on the podcast. This is so cool.
This is the best day of my life. Anyway.
Okay. Okay. Alice felt something was off about this whole thing. Rosalie was never in a good mood, and especially not because of something insignificant like the weather. What could have happened to make her act like this? She come downstairs and approached Alice, who'd been practicing her 35th language, and asked her to sketch her. I'm redirecting and want something to put up on my wall. I think they meant redecorating.
Sure.
Okay. And I thought your art would be perfect. You're the only artist I know that can handle drawing me in my perfection. Alice had done a double take at not Rosalie's blatant vanity, but at her compliment. Since when did she like Alice's art? Sure. Alice had responded a bit tongue-tied despite knowing so many languages. She ran upstairs to get her sketchbook and some pencils, and by the time she had settled down on the couch, Rosalie had come back downstairs, decked out in red attire. I wanted to be black and white, except for the dress. The redness will match my room color. She paused in front of Alice, leaning over to stare at the fresh page the pixie had turned to, her cleavage dangerously close to falling out of her clothes.
Oh, boy.
End scene.
Oh, boy. Well, you can't win them all, you know?
So, you know, there you go, friends. Get bit?
This is an Earbud Media production. You can follow us on Twitter at Earbud Media. If you want to pitch a show to the network, you can do so at bit.ly/earbudpitch. And why don't you try listening to one of the other Earbud Media productions like Femme as Fuck or Strange Little People, all of which you can find on our Twitter at Earbud Media. You can follow this show on Twitter at Into the Twilight and pretty much anywhere that you follow things on social media. If you want to help support the show, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/IntoTheTwilight, where you can donate as little as $1 a month. You can get access to all sorts of cool bonus content, letters from us, our undying love and gratitude. You know the gist. We would also appreciate it if you rated and reviewed us on Apple Podcasts, as well as if you have a little extra time filling out a quick little survey at bit.ly/IntoTheSurvey. Our artwork is done by Maddie Padilla, who you can find at YourGhostHost44 on Instagram, and our music is done by Eli Krause, who you can find at KrauseFilms.com. You can find Allie on the internet at 23ofme, and you can find me at Cody Captures.
You've been listening to Earbud Media Production. Earbud Media. Audio for everyone.
Hey Dan.
Hey, what's up, John?
I just wanted to confirm that we were recording Monday.
Yes.
What are we recording for?
Oh, it's our new podcast.
Our podcast, the Strange Little People one.
Strange
right?
Little People, yeah.
Yeah, the one on Earbud Media Productions.
Mm-hmm. You can find it on YouTube. You can listen to it.
The one that we update every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, dude.
When we have new guests all the time.
Sometimes.
Most
of the time.
Yeah, and we talk about current events and stuff.
People should listen to it, right?
Yeah.
It's something cool.
I think people would like it. I mean, you don't have to, but I hope you would.
Did you put out the ad yet? The flyers?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. as we speak.
No, you're sitting down. You're
No,
not...
no, this is happening right now as we speak.
John, why did my hand just go through you?
Oh my god.
John.
We'll talk about it next week.